What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. You know, it's crazy to think we're finally going to find out who the Fantastic Four cast is this year, one way or another, whether they want to announce it or the trades get to it first, because it may feel like this has only been going in for the last year, but really it's been going for the last 5 years. We were getting fanfiction concept art of Emily Blunt and John Krasinski as Mrs. and Mr. Fantastic all the way back in summer of 2019. So for people who follow channels like mine, and of course for me, it's a little fantastic pun totally intended to believe we're actually finally going to find out, and these rumors will be put to rest once and for all. That being said, we have huge updates today. Apparently the team has been finalized, and an industry insider has weighed in with the casting grid, talking about a brand new character that hasn't been reported on yet. We're going to talk about who the team is now, at least according to multiple reports, who's been locked in over the last 48 hours, and who this brand new character could be. Because of the limited information we received again from said casting grid, we might actually have an idea of who it is. We're breaking it all down, the latest reports for the Fantastic Four cast, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews, to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is right around the corner with, we believe, X-Men 97's drop whenever that is this spring. Again, all you gotta do be a sub, leave a comment. If you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so earlier this week, about midweek, we started hearing rumors that the Fantastic Four cast was indeed completed and that Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby were included among the cast. The others were rumored to be Joseph Quinn and Ebon Moss-Bachrach. But the source of this rumor was actually a Demoy, if I'm pronouncing that right, anonymous post, which should be treated with about the approximate reverence of an anonymous 4chan post. That is, take it with a grain of salt. But about a day after that, and in the last 48 hours, a way more trusted source, and Daniel Rickman, actually weighed in to talk about what's going on, and this is what he had to say, quote, "I hear that Pedro is a lock and the movie will start filming in July. The last grid had said May, the new one is saying July. The grid says that 3 others are still in the offer stage, but another source is telling me they're pretty much a lock too, so we'll see. No casting for the 2 villains yet, and they are interested in Anya Taylor-Joy or someone like her for the female villain, and a Latino for the male villain, likely to be Galactus. And these are all things that we've covered at length at the channel over the last 6 months, so if you need a refresher, I probably should just make a playlist or a full recap for the Fantastic Four scoops at this point. But when his source is telling him that even though it still reads quote-unquote offer on the grid for 3 roles, but they're pretty much a lock, he's talking about the same exact 4 names that are mentioned in that Demoy anonymous post. And like we always say, it's occasionally those anonymous ones that are completely correct. So we'll have to wait and see here soon, but it sounds like the Fantastic Four cast is absolutely locked up at this point. And finally, now interestingly enough, in this scoop, Daniel RPK goes on to talk about 2 additional characters we haven't reported on yet. One has no information at all. It's too ambiguous to try to guess who this is. It's simply a character who's going to be comic relief, male or female. Not really sure who that is. There are a lot of Fantastic Four adjacent characters. No way of telling from just that little information. Second one, however, though, is a male voice to do a CGI character. And if you're thinking, well, the Thing is CGI, yeah, but of course the Thing is going to be done under mocap. That's not this. This is a male voice actor to do the CGI voiceover for, say, something like how Paul Bettany did Jarvis. So that leads me to believe that this is going to be a voiceover for some sort of droid or AI, or rather the Fantastic Four robot, Herbie, Herbie, or humanoid experimental robot, B-type integrated electronics. Now, his character is pretty interesting. He was conceived for the new Fantastic Four. He was integrated into the continuity, but the reason he exists is that at the time that the Fantastic Four was turned into an animated series aimed at kids back in 1978, the Human Torch was actually licensed out for some solo movie that never happened. They had to replace him, and so they replaced him with a robot. This was an idea for Stan Lee, and Jack Kirby actually designed him, and it was Kirby's last work for Marvel. Now, there was a rumor at the time that the reason that the Human Torch wasn't included and they used this robot instead was, again, this was a kids animated series, and some people were afraid that apparently kids might try to emulate the Human Torch and set themselves on fire. That was just an urban myth. It was really only due to their licensing problems, which I think is interesting on its own, because apparently Marvel's been dealing with licensing problems, and for multiple decades. Again, the solo movie that the Human Torch was licensed out for never came to fruition. Now, even though his character is, to me, rather unremarkable, the reason that Mr. Fantastic actually creates him in the first place is that they're searching for Galactus, not to try to defeat him, but rather they're trying to find Galactus because they need his help in defeating a different villain, in the Sphinx. Now, by all accounts, it's still Galactus and his herald, who's probably going to be Frankie Ray this point as the villain, so I don't think that's what they're going to draw from, but having a endearing droid or an endearing AI has worked for both Star Wars and Marvel, so it isn't that shocking to know that they might put this character and involved in the film at all. That being said, I think it's very likely that one of the trades, like the Hollywood Reporter or Deadline, is going to confirm the Fantastic Four cast the same way they did with Pedro Pascal, and long before Marvel Studios ever makes it to an official announcement, because the fact that they're going to start filming in July to me means that if Marvel Studios can make it to Hall H, or even a couple weeks later to August 9th when they're doing the D23 presentation, I think there's a good chance that they might try to hold on to this all the way to one of those live presentations. Even if it gets leaked in the trades a million times between now and then, they might not make an official announcement until they officially introduce the cast at one of those on-stage presentations, which means we're just going to be waiting for the Hollywood trades at this point to confirm it. But let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments, how you feel about the cast, how you feel about the villains, and what you most want to see in the Fantastic Four film. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Okay, we're still giving away PlayStation 5s at the channel. We actually just gave a flurry of them away, pun totally intended, through the holiday season for the drop of What If, for the drop of Echo. If you guys want to be entered to win or for any of the future giveaways, all the same rules will always apply, and we're going to give away a PlayStation 5 every single Marvel drop this year. So Deadpool and Wolverine, X-Men 97, Agatha Coven of Chaos, the Halloween special, Witch's Road, perhaps Spider-Man freshman year in Marvel Zombies. Every single one will give one away. All you got to do to be entered to win, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name All Fires. Please remember to be safe and vigilant on my page, really any page on YouTube or any platform, because you're going to find these scammers anywhere and everywhere. We do give away prizes at this channel, and while we haven't been hit in a while, some of my YouTube friends are still dealing with this, and it's been going for the better part of 2 years. Never believe anybody who comments on one of your comments and say, hey, you've won a prize, text me on Telegram or WhatsApp. No YouTuber will ever do that. That's just a ruse to try to get you to pay for shipping for a PlayStation that doesn't exist. They're impersonating content creators, so if you should get a comment like that on my page or any other page, go ahead and report it directly to YouTube. Yes, you can message us. We appreciate it. I guarantee you if it's happening, we're aware and trying to delete them as fast as possible. But when you report them to, say, YouTube or Instagram, wherever you find those comments, they are really good about deleting them way faster than the content creator is. So you're actually helping the content creator out and doing the rest of the community a service. Just wanted to put that out there because unbelievably, and here we are 2 years later, I have friends who are still dealing with that at their YouTube channels. All right, guys, I love you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.